Hey guys, it's Krista from 12 Minute Athlete. Today I'm so excited to bring you the first of many boxing tutorials, which is why we're in my garage. Now you don't actually need a punching bag for this first tutorial, so don't worry. We're gonna do all shadow boxing and technique today. Alright, so boxing is one of my favorite sports of all time. I trained in boxing when I was living in New York City and had an awesome coach, and it's a great way to burn a ton of calories, get out some anger and stress, and just plain have fun. There are so many things to learn when you're first learning to box, but you've got to get the fundamentals down first. Today we're going to focus on boxing stance, hand placement, and we're going to learn the first two basic punches, the jab and the cross. These punches are arguably the most important punches you'll ever learn in boxing, so pay close attention. And we're gonna do these all without a bag, so again, you don't need any equipment to learn today's techniques. All right, let's get started. Learning a proper boxing stance is really important because without proper foot positioning, you're gonna be off balance and move really inefficiently. You really want to be able to move effortlessly so that if you're fighting an opponent or even just shadow boxing, you can move any direction. So you're gonna start with your feet about shoulder width apart. And if you're right-handed like I am, you're gonna step your right foot back so that it's about at a 45-degree angle. Immediately, you're gonna wanna move the weight to the balls of your feet and you're gonna bend your knees slightly. So next is hand positioning. So notice how when I put my hands up, my elbows immediately protect my ribs, my hands go to my cheek, my chin goes down to my chest, and I'm looking straight forward. The reason for this is to protect my ribs and to protect my face. Those are very vulnerable areas and you don't want to get socked. Now my boxing coach in New York, he was crazy strict about making me keep my hands to my cheeks. Now the reason for that is the second that you let them off, your opponent has a clear shot. Ow. So always try to keep your hands glued to your cheeks. Obviously, if you're wearing boxing gloves, this is going to be even more effective because they'll cover even more of your face. Also, another thing to remember, a lot of people, the second they get in a boxing class, they go like this. They move, they bounce. It's just, people think that as a boxer, you're supposed to bounce around. But you actually don't want to do that because you're going to lose a lot of energy that way. It's really inefficient. What you want to do is to be able to move quickly, and the way to do that is to be on the balls of your feet. So you want to be able to be light on your feet, have your knees bent, but don't bounce. All right, now that you've got the stance down, the next thing you have to learn is to move. The key in moving in the boxing stance is to never cross your feet. So no grapevining. You want to keep your feet always in the same boxing stance. So if you're going backwards and you're right-handed like I am, obviously this will be the opposite if you're left-handed. You're just going to step back with your right foot. Same stance, step back. If you're going forwards, step with your left foot. Keep in the stance. Stepping left, left foot. Right, right foot. So go ahead and practice this slowly. This is a very basic boxing movement. You just don't want to cross your feet. Obviously it gets more advanced than this, but we gotta start somewhere. This is gonna help you stay balanced and light on your feet. So practice. All right, next up, we're gonna learn the jab. The jab is an incredibly important punch because it serves as a way to measure the distance between you and your opponent, and it's a constant in punching combinations. So first, you're gonna wanna get into your boxing stance. Now coming straight off the chin, extend your left fist forward in a snapping motion. Bring it back quickly. Your fist is gonna go straight forward, knuckles facing down. Bring it back. And remember, it's not pushing, no stepping, no push, no big shoulder push. Your body stays in the same position and you snap it. The next basic punch you're going to need to learn is called the cross. The cross is one of the main power punches in boxing, so you're going to want to get really good at it. So get in your boxing stance, making sure that your hands are at your cheeks. Start in slow motion and extend your right arm out in front of you. You'll notice that my hips square slightly, my back foot pivots, and my knuckles are straight to the ground. These are really important things. So try it again. And just like with the jab, you don't want to push this. It's a snapping motion. A lot of people want to go like this because it feels natural. You feel like you want to get more forward, that maybe it'll get you more power, but it doesn't. You want to snap it. It's a quick snapping motion, quick turn, quick pivot, and you're back. Knuckles down. So when you start to combine the punches, it almost always goes jab, cross. Learning to box takes time, and one of the best ways to learn is to shadow box. So try just moving around the room at first with the stance and movement we learned earlier, and then add in some punches. I know it feels weird if you've never done this before, but trust me, even with just shadow boxing, you're gonna burn some calories, you're gonna get better boxing, and you're gonna have some fun. So put in your time. Okay guys, so now that you've got the very basics down, go and practice. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to check out 12minuteathlete.com and the 12 Minute Athlete HIIT Workouts app. No excuses!